Get it! Yeah! Alright, on a serious note, I know I'm a little bit late to this video, but I'm about to talk about Tuffle. But first, I know a lot of you guys are actually trying to get Tuffle right now, and I'm going to warn you. I'm going to absolutely warn you, and then tell you if it's actually kind of good or what builds you should run. All the functionality I know of, and possibly future updates that the Tuffle will get. So watch the video. First off, I want to say that Tuffle is interesting. And when I say interesting, it's like you can only really run one-shot builds with it. Like if you actually want to make Tuffle viable, don't try to run like your regular build. You have to go meta. You have to have key max. If you don't have key max on the Tuffle, you're going to lose. You're not going to be able to absorb anybody. And yeah, next is you can't absorb anybody actually unless you've already absorbed a Saiyan. That is probably going to be the easiest way to like work up your bodies. Pause. Hold on. But that's probably going to be the easiest way to get the strongest body is by just stealing it from a Saiyan after one-shotting them with a key move. I personally made my build key, but I did make a mistake and I didn't put anything into key max. Yeah, that did not make things very easy for me. You need to have key max. You need to be a one-shot build. You can go melee, but remember, melee isn't all that easy to like one-shot somebody from afar. So just remember that. And next up, I want to go over like possession, because a lot of people they're on the fence about possession and if it's actually good or bad or etc. In my opinion, possession is broken. Like it's just straight up broken. You absolutely want to have it. Like if you feel that you're like decent at PvP, if you're decent at PvP and you don't have a problem going into servers, killing a Saiyan, and then going to get like a better body if you're about to like farm, like every single time you're about to farm, I feel like the race is just S tier. Like straight up it is. But it's also really gimmicky. It's really, really gimmicky. It's actually better. It's actually better than what we were initially going to get. And thank Keith Kinsey for that. He's been like buffing Tuffle a decent amount from what we were originally going to get. And he also decided to kind of shift a bug to make it more useful in general. If you guys didn't know, you were actually not supposed to be able to absorb people while they were alive, and it could only be on death. Now, in my opinion, that if we got that, Tuffle would have been like just straight up useless. It would have been so bad. But now Tuffles can actually do something during raids, which is pretty good. So hey, that's something to note. Next is he did end up nerfing Possession 2, which is we can't use forms above our level. Now, that makes sense. I'm just going to say like straight up, that does make sense. I feel like that's fair. But what I also want to say is that personally, I feel that Tuffle's like, if you are absorbing somebody that's close to your level, right? You have to like block break them to absorb them. I feel like that's fine. He did buff power level, so I'm just gonna like put that out there. He did buff like the power level range. But I will say that I feel if you end up killing them, you should be able to absorb their power level, like a power level range higher. Like if you manage to kill somebody 50 levels above you or like 5,000 power level above you or etc., you should be able to absorb them. But it's not really an end all be all. So that's kind of that for possession. Other than that, you actually can use like their drop forms. So legendary Super Saiyan, false Super Saiyan, I hope. I'm pretty sure there's a bug to where you can't use false Super Saiyan. All the other forms that are going to come out, you can use that. But another thing to note is you can't use the giant forms. Now, right now, I don't know if he has plans, like Kinsei or Snake has plans to add the giant forms to Tuffle, but I honestly think you should. If you guys are listening right now, I definitely think you should. I know it's like buggy right now. That's the reason that you didn't add it before. But if you end up fixing it, absolutely allow Tuffles to use the giant forms. I said this in beta general, but you know, when Great Ape gets added, if it gets added, I wanna be a Tuffleized Great Ape. And this is gonna be weird, but hey, I want to do that. Next up, actually, I want to go over like future updates kind of to Tuffle, which would be God Key. I know a lot of people have been like talking about, oh my gosh, Tuffle's gonna be like useless after Namek. And I can see where you guys are coming from, but I feel that Kinsei and Snake actually have an idea in mind to make Tuffle still useful after Namek, which would be that they actually are getting God Key. Androids won't be getting God Key. Tuffles will be getting God Key. They just can't absorb God Key forms. They can't use, like, they can absorb somebody that has God Key, but they can't use their forms, like the God Key forms. All right. I hope that clears up some things for some people. I'm pretty sure I got that right because I've been like gathering information for like specifically this video, but that's basically it for like God Key in general for Tuffles. They are going to get that. I don't think they're ever actually going to get forms. I don't know what God Key means, like in terms of how they're going to make it, like the developers of this game particularly. I'm guessing that it's going to be like just a type of energy that buffs you. So maybe they're going to get like 200 add to their base or something. It's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be pretty interesting. Other than that, hey, if you guys are trying to pick up Tuffle, I would definitely try to determine if it's going to be worth it for you. Because for me, I'm okay with absorbing people like before I start fighting. But if you are not a PvP and PvE person, you have no reason to get Tuffle. Literally, just go get all the moves. The moves are like straight up amazing. I made a move video and a lot of things got buffed and nerfed. That was crazy. I am so sorry for that. Yeah. Other than that, like, don't pick up Tuffle if you're just a straight PvE dude, because you're not gonna be able to absorb anybody. You're just gonna get folded. Like straight up, you're just gonna get folded unless you have like a one-shot build. If you're a straight PvP dude, you have no reason to go get Tuffle. The reason I say this is because you're not going to be able to PvP with Tuffle. Like, actually think about this like really fast. If you were to go into like tournament mode with a Tuffle, bro, how are you gonna absorb them? Like, you have to be extremely good to actually absorb somebody within tournament mode. And keep in mind, you won't be their power level because they're going to be in a form. Like, you're actually not going to be able to absorb them regardless. So remember that. I don't think if you're a PvP person, you should get Tuffle. Other than that, I really don't know what else to say about Tuffle. I actually watched a video similar to this one about how a dude said that it kind of just fits in the game. I kind of feel the same way about Tuffle. It definitely fits in the game, but it can be underpowered. Like, it's very specific. I know I left a couple of things out, which would be the possession stats. yes, you do end up getting some of the stats from the person you possess. It actually gets higher with perfection. So does the power level range that you can absorb people. You get Gum Gum Bazooka and Gum Gum Pistol. Actually, I do wanna like reiterate what I said before, because I know a lot of you guys are probably gonna go inside of my comments and actually not know what I meant by you should probably first absorb Saiyans. I did not mean that you could only actually absorb Saiyans. I meant that it'd probably be the easiest path for you to absorb a Saiyan, go Super Saiyan, and then absorb somebody else. That's probably the easiest way for you to like use Tuffle. That's basically it. But if you want to get Tuffle, go pick it up. If you really don't have a reason to get Tuffle, go get the moves and probably like the title. I don't really know. Get whatever else you like. And if you still have time to get Tuffle Race, yeah, sure, pick it up. But other than that, that's it for the video. Watch my other videos like this, and yeah,